Yo, shout out to the Most High. The Double Eyes, even though Lawrence 80s LDs, also known Lawrence 1 for another episode I Need to Know. With my special guest, introduce yourself.
Man, they call me Gates, you did?
What's up, man?
So, my God.
What's up, man? You back?
Yeah, man, I'm back, man. Live in the flesh.
So I noticed something.
What you noticed?
First thing I noticed that you called yourself Gates this time and not Skrill Gates.
Yeah, man, we rebranded.
What's up? Speak on that. What made you drop the Skrill?
So I never get away from the Skrill. Everybody gonna call me Skrill, but as far as business wise, I was getting trolled, man. I had to put cease and desist on a couple of artists for about using my name, and it just became too complicated. So I just go by Gates, and I spelled it in a distinctive way to where, yeah, you can't troll this. But on another aspect, coming back with the music, I'm building the genuine fan base just based on the music, not attached to nothing else that I was doing before. You feel me?
I want you to run down a couple of trolling stories and how the cease and desist actually operate for the people that's out there that's getting big.
So first it was just some it was just like in the streets kind of. I was in, back and forth from Atlanta for like 17, 18 years. So somebody here that actually knew me knew that, and was running with the name because he felt like he could move and wiggle in the streets with it. And
in Atlanta?
No, out here in Oakland, because he figured I was in Atlanta. So we had to put a cease and desist on that in the streets. That was a whole different, and I think that the people understand that. But then it was a dude in Cleveland, man, and he was with the music. Like if I dropped on May 1st, he'd drop on May 2nd. So it'd be like, when you go look at it, it'd be him. To where, man, that got tedious. I couldn't get to him as far as to put a cease and desist on him that way, so I had to go the legal route because all of the name and as far as ASCAP publishing, all social media platforms, website, everything was me, but it was just he dropping the music, and when you drop the music, you could just drop it under any stage name, and it just wasn't working out, so we just stopped all of that completely.
So check this out, though. Check this out. So now that you just Gates, could he use Skrill Gates?
Hell no. Cause it's cease and desist as far as with the business. So if it come out, I could stop it. It's just I don't even want to deal with having to do all of that.
And have you ever talked to him?
Nah, I talked to some people around him because believe me, I was trying to get to him for sure. I reached out to him several times. At first, I was a gentleman until I wasn't, but he never reached back though.
Gotcha. Okay.
He never reached back though.
Dope. And what you got coming next, man? Matter of fact, talk about the singles that you got out now for the album you just dropped.
So I got an EP out, Gates Eye View, man. 6 tracks on that joint. I dropped 3 singles thus far. Scene, which is a video to that. Involved, which is a video to that. And then the Reality 2, which is also a video to that. You know what I mean? 6 songs, 3 of them got videos. It's out right now, streaming on all digital platforms. You dig?
And who you got on the production?
A little bit of everybody. I got my guy Super Sway. He been in hiatus, but he definitely on there production wise. DJ Payne one, a guy out of Wisconsin. Dilly got it bumping, a guy out of Midwest. I be just dealing with the music that picked me for the most part. You know what I mean? It ain't no respect to person, ain't no favorites. If it's bumping, man, let's go.
Okay, and what is your process, your creating process like when you're making music?
Man, hit the lab. I might have a concept. It really, for me, is just the feeling. You know what I mean? So where like when I'm in there, how we feeling, what mood we going with. Music for me should evoke an emotion. You know what I mean? To where if it evokes an emotion and you can feel it, then we can go from there. So in the lab, though, the process is basically we get in that thing. I might have some tracks that I bought and I bring with me. If I got a producer in there, we gonna cook up from scratch. You know what I mean? I don't write nothing until I get to the lab. I do write, you know what I mean? Well, sometime I might, if the beat got me feeling that way, I'm gonna just go in the booth and I'm gonna just gas. Some of them be my best songs, though, because it's just a natural feeling. Like I say, emotion is evoked in me and I can just go in the booth and get to it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have to write, though. It just, so the process be different depending on how I'm feeling for real.
Gotcha. And are you getting a lot of shows?
Yeah, man. I've been back. I dropped my first song November 10th of last year. I done had about 7, 8 shows since then. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Like where? Locally?
Yep, locally. But I did a show in Cuba too. You know what I mean? Just maybe a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you was telling me about that Cuba. You got the hat on, right?
Yeah, man. This is a hat from Cuba, Jack. This was from the first trip I went on though.
You finna be a frequent flyer.
Yeah. We building a bridge from here to Cuba with some people. You know what I mean? We done adopted a couple of families out there. If people don't know, Cuba has no embargo, which means they no import-export with the U.S. or anybody that deal with the U.S. since 1959. So that means that they haven't had any import-export from the U.S. or any country that deal with the U.S. since 1959. That mean a lot, you know what I mean? To where if you know what that means, to know, like they don't got Skittles over there, they don't got Doritos, or no McDonald's or nothing like that, because anything that you could think of the U.S. that you just have here is not there.
Gotcha.
I mean, unless somebody brought it here from the U.S. So like they can't go in the store and buy a pair of Jordans because they don't sell Jordans over there.
Huh?
You know what I mean? So
what was the atmospheric condition out there like? What it looked like?
Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful land. It's an island, first and foremost, in the Caribbean. So
I got to just ask one question real quick. Is it one island or is it a bunch of islands that make up Cuba?
Cuba is one big island. Cuba is actually the biggest island in the Caribbean. You can almost put all of the other Caribbean islands on Cuba.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's how big of an area space it is. But, so it's the Caribbean, but it's a beautiful land. The people, man, are embraced with love. You know what I mean? To where that's the most prominent thing that I noticed. The temperament and tone of love, the mentality is so embedded that it's in the animals. The cats and dogs get along. Like the dog's not chasing the cats, the dog's not barking at you, none of the above. Like that's how much love is in the air. You know what I mean? Like on the real.
Like that.
Like that.
Then why was Scarface trying to get up out of there? No,
because again, it's a very, very poor country, so you can't get no money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's the thing about it. Like they got meager to no means, and they happier than anybody over here. Straight up.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody was talking about that. Like a lot of people don't know that they poor if they got love. You know what I'm saying?
Being a rich man, wealthy, don't got nothing to do with money. That's where people go wrong. That's a whole different topic of discussion, though. You feel me?
Okay. We could go there. You know, we could go there.
I ain't shy from it, you know what I mean? But, you know, like, in that aspect, people put the wrong perception on wealth or believe in wealth in the wrong manners, in my opinion. So, you know what I'm saying? To where I'm a very, very wealthy man, and it has nothing to do with a dollar amount, nothing monetary at all. You see what I'm saying? It's about the people that love me. You see what I'm saying? And the people that gon' make sure that I'm all right at the end of the day. The people that call and check on me like, man, how you doing?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's about those people and those things in my life. You know what I mean? Being able to be a blessing to others. Like, that's the wealth. You see what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with a dollar amount, and anybody who think that is a fool.
Do you ever talk about stuff like that in your music?
All the time. That's pretty much what my music is about for the most part. You know what I mean? A message, and it ain't about what is depicted to you just at face value. Even like back to the Cuba, like what's always been depicted to us, just like how you say why Scarface wanted to get up out of there. It's like they depicted to us that it's a bad place. Is when it's not. It's the complete opposite of that. I mean, but the media tells a picture, and if you don't think for yourself or look outside the box, then you'll believe in that. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem with a whole lot of people.
And what is the project that you got in Cuba called?
The project I got in Cuba is called 83rd and Ivana. You know what I mean? Basically, I'm from 83rd over here. Ivana is the city over there, so we combining the two.
Yeah. That was slick. I mean, I caught it.
Ivana, you know what I mean?
When the shirts coming, man?
We putting it together. That's crazy. Like every time I say it and people seeing some of the artwork, they like, man, we got it. We need especially my family. So it's coming soon. We putting it together.
You gonna have the flag on there?
I don't know.
I already see it. I already got an idea for you.
We can talk about that
Already,
offline.
yeah, I know.
You feel me?
You know,
already know.
We don't want the other Skrill Gates to get a hold of it. You know, that might evoke emotion.
Right. It's gonna be a cold emotion with this one.
Okay. So talk about some of the songs that you got on that project, some of the people that you work with, how you got hooked up with them, and what, you know.
So the project is gonna be produced exclusively by my guy La Jolla. La Jolla is a producer in Cuba that I linked up with the last time I went. Through various people where we linked up, one of the most talented producers, if not the most, that I've ever worked with throughout my music career. You see what I'm saying? To where amazing as far as from the technical aspect, but then his ear for the music is just amazing due to, like, we in the studio, the man, when I go in there, the man say, man, I got 13,000 beats. He make beats every day. Like, I'm like, what? And we didn't use none of them. We cooked up from scratch. You see what I'm saying? On the spot to where it's like, but I said that to say where he lives at, because, like, you know, like I say, it's meager to no means. It's like villas almost, so it's like all concrete. So it's no signal in there at all. Like, your phone don't work. It's no internet, nothing. And so he in there cooking up with no internet. Like, amazing, just really talented. And then Kevin Joyce is the actual artist on the songs with me. You know what I mean? In which the project is bilingual in Spanish and English. You know what I mean? The Kevin Joyce is an amazing artist as well. We got a running joke. We've been calling him an angel because we like the man is angelic. You know what I mean? So we're just amazing artist, man. I hooked up with him through La Jolla. They work together. Champion Boy Records is their movement, you know what I mean, to where we got a whole project, Kevin Joyce and I, completely produced by La Jolla, 6 songs on that thing, 4 of them me and Kevin Joy together, and 1 solo apiece. We got a video out right now. The last video I just released, Oakland, Ivana, that's out on all digital platforms right now. And then we got the Crazy for Your Love video that I just shot this last time in Cuba. Crazy for Your Love is a song that I did last time. And mind you, when I went to Cuba last time in September, this past September, I went just on a trip with my cousin. First time I just got my passport.
Yeah.
Life is better for me now. I'm in a different position. You know what I mean, I'm able to get a passport. I was never able to get one all of this time. So, you know, it was a beautiful feeling. I cried real tears of joy when I opened up the mail and got that thing. I called my cousin, which is on his 4th passport, because he'd be all around the world. What's the next trip? That's how I ended up going to Cuba.
And this was your, just for them, because I think I heard you straight. You got your passport, and Cuba was the first place you went.
Cuba was the first place I went.
Okay,
with my cousin. I mean, coincidentally, it's the second place I went out. It's the only place I've been out the country thus far, besides like Puerto Rico or something like that, with my passport. I started some work out there that I had to finish up, and now we started a whole bridge to where me and my cousin went the first time. When we went back the second time, we was 10 deep. You know what I mean? My cousins, a couple of my cousins, my brother, my homeboy, his wife, my cousin, his wife, her sister. Like, you know, it was a real trip. It was a movie. And they got to see me in my element. I got to perform a show. My cousin had a birthday party out there. I shot the video, like, with my family, though. That was the best thing about it, like I say, being a wealthy man, to where the trip was amazing, even more so because I had my family with me. You see what I'm saying? To where people do things all the time, but I had my family with me, so it wasn't, nobody was worried about nothing. We having, like, the greatest time. Like I said, my uncle said he had the best time in his life. You know what I mean? Like, he, like, not just on a trip, like, the best time of his life. Like, you know how big that is to feel somebody I grew up, you know, respecting, and part of the man that I am today is because I watched him do certain things, and to be able to be a part of that, to be able to give him his flowers, like, Unc, I learned this, and this from you, like, but we in Cuba while this is happening. For him to tell me he proud of me and seeing me really perform and really seeing me, like, man, that ain't no better feeling. Them accolades for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the payment for me. You see what I'm saying? To where it's like, that's what I do it for. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, that's the, ain't no greater payment than that. To where, like, I got a show coming up next week. My family gonna be in the building.
How did you land the show?
Man, people been hitting me up, man. I'm out here moving. I'm one of the hardest working men around. Like, everybody see that. You see what I'm saying? To where whether you mess with it or not, you can't deny the hustle. Period. But anything I do, I'm coming like that. That's how I'm coming. That's just me. Like, you know. And then for the people who don't know, y'all gonna see. Because I'm gonna stay in y'all face. Period. You know what I mean?
So, and talk about the nightlife of Cuba.
Man. And I see now.
Or you want to talk about the restaurant first?
I mean, so it starts at the restaurant. You see what I'm saying? You get together. You get together with your people. First of all, know that everywhere you go in Cuba is gonna be live music playing. I'm talking about at the store, at the bodega, at the restaurant, in the club, at the jazz spot, at the museum, I don't care where you go. It's gonna be live music, 2-3-part band, somebody singing. You know what I mean? To where the music culture is so prominent. You know what I mean? But the nightlife though, the club, you might hit 2-3 clubs. However you want to do it. Clubs across the street from each other. You know what I mean? And it's like, first, like I say, it's a poor country, so your dollar gonna go a lot longer.
I want to ask you about the dollar real quick. Can you spend U.S. dollars, or do you got to go turn them in?
No, you can spend U.S. dollars. But
they taking that money though.
They gonna take.
You can't bring nothing else but that money.
So the thing is, like, it's tricky. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not supposed to. Like, that's what makes it illegal, so to say, when you over there. You can change the money though. You will be better off knowing people or having natives and just changing your money and spending pesos versus the U.S. money. Because when you spend U.S. money, then they know you're not from there. Then, you know, it's a poor country, so they're going to charge you more and so on and so forth. So you're going to have to deal with that. That's just the game. Anywhere you go, you want to link up with some natives if you can and do your thing. But you definitely want to transfer your pesos. But the money fluctuates so much based on the market. You see what I'm saying? To where literally your dollar might be worth more or less while you there on your trip for whatever the time that, like, it could be 100, could be 20,000 pesos today. It could be 25,000 tomorrow.
How do they determine that?
The market just changed. I don't know. I don't know enough about the market and the different money exchange to break that down like that. I just seen it happen while I was there. You see what I'm saying? As far as like, so I'm like, man, this is crazy. But it's just based on whoever said something in the market, like literally the stock market this morning, that made the dollar go up or down for them at the time. And it's just nuts, man. But
have a situation ever happened where you bought something one day and it was a different price the next day?
Now the prices is gonna be what the prices is gonna be in general as far as wherever you go. It's just the money is gonna be less or more that you spending. Okay. You know what I mean? So where, like, if you go here today and the lobster plate was 11,000 pesos, it's still gonna be 11,000 pesos tomorrow. But if you went to go change your money in today, you might get 20,000 pesos, but you might get 25 tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that go.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. That's dope, man. So when you going back out there?
Our next trip is for October. Is what was the plan for the family to go. But then I recorded some more music while I was out there. So now I want to shoot another video. You know what I mean? We got I shot a video for the Crazy for Your Love. Like, back to that, Crazy for Your Love is the song that I recorded in September when I was out there. Well, one of the songs that I recorded. That song actually sparked me back into music altogether due to it being a banger, to where I was like, I can't just put this song out. I ain't dropped no music in so long. I ain't been even tripping off of music. I didn't even go there to do music. It just organically happened. We shot a video, and here we are 6 months later. I got a project out. I'm dropping 7 projects this year. You know what I mean? Singles, videos. You see what we've done thus far. Like I say, since November 10th, I've dropped 4 videos, 3 singles, and a project. You know what I mean?
So since you switched your name, right, did you have to switch your ASCAP too?
Yeah, I had to switch everything. Publishing, ASCAP, everything, bro. Everything. Like, everything rebranded completely. So, but that's the thing too. I'm starting from scratch. So all my numbers is organic. Like, people not catching that is different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So where I got people that's hitting me that know me, that's hitting me going to look for the music, but they like, I can't find it. And I'm like, because you're searching for Skrill Gates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I tell them, so that let me know even more so that my numbers that are there is organic from not even just the fans that just know me from the, you know what I mean? And that's been my whole thing. And not that I'm trying to sell my original fan base short or nothing like that, but the original fans, they gonna be there regardless. They not gonna never leave. But at the end of the day, my business got to be right because I do need to eat off of this.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, inside the United States, where is your biggest fan base outside the Bay?
Outside of the Bay, in Atlanta, in Houston, like places that I be, Miami, like people, places where I know people for the most part, but where I don't know people at, that was shocking for me is like in the Carolinas, but that's still close proximity. But what's crazy, my biggest fan base is out of Mexico. Like just in general, altogether is out of Mexico, and
do they think you Mexican?
I just dropped the first.
You know what I said?
Yeah, I don't know. They could. I don't know. You know what I mean?
You kind of look like a black Mexican.
Whatever's
you know
working, man. Hey, what's crazy is in Cuba, like they just start talking to me.
I know you look.
You know
I know you've seen at least one person that look like.
So
you.
I be like, bro, I ain't. You know what I mean? Like.
But you got one of them looks like you look like anybody you with that day. You've got urethran.
Right. Yeah. I get all of that.
You got Indian.
I get
walking
all of
out of 7-Eleven, Bali.
I get all of that. You know what I mean? And then my name is Arabic, so they really be like, man, brother, Habibi. Yeah, man, I get all type of, you know what I mean? But it's a beautiful thing, though, because at the end of the day, it started a conversation, and you just never know what can come out of a conversation. So I embrace it all, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, so I got to ask you something in my white alter ego. So, Gates, do you consider yourself the ultimate hustler?
The ultimate hustler? I wouldn't say the ultimate, but I'm definitely top tier, you know what I mean, around here.
What makes you top tier?
Man, my hustle.
What do you think that you do better than everybody else when it comes to hustling?
Consistently get up, you know what I mean? But just go hard. I can't say better. Like, that's the thing. I don't really operate from that type of standpoint of better or worse, good or bad.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, that ain't really my thing. You know what I mean? It's just different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in that aspect where it's just like nobody can do it in the way that I did it. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not shunning nobody else. It's just I just do things in a particular manner that once I did it, you know that I did it. You see what I'm saying? To where if it's 10 of us here and we all did the job, mine is gonna be distinctive.
Gotcha.
Period, point blank. And I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna notice something that I did. To where it's just like everything that I do, just from like even getting dressed every day. You know what I mean? To where if I get dressed and I leave the house and I come home and no one has said something about something, I fail for that day.
Yeah.
You feel me? As far as that, not that I fail, but I don't have that type of problem because I know, like, not on no cocky or like I know what I did. You see what I'm saying? Like this, everything is on purpose. So like, you know, if you be like, man, them shoes hard, like I know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I don't know cocky. I know. I purposely went and got these. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I purposely put this on with that. Same thing with the music. I purposely picked this track. I purposely said this in this tone right here. You see what I'm saying? It was on purpose. I purposely shot right here. Like, everything is on purpose.
So speaking of shoes, I got to ask you a question that's just way off the subject real quick.
Let's do it.
What shoe do you think had a bigger imprint in the world? Do you think it's Chuck Taylor or Jordan?
A bigger imprint in the world? I would have to give it to Chuck Taylor due to the fact of it. Without a Chuck Taylor, it would be no Jordan.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you can't have one without the other. If you want to go off of, you can't. I'm not the type of person, I can't get to point B without going through point A.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I'm gonna have to give it to Chuck because he did it first, and not to say that it was a better or worse, like I said, but because he did it first, he opened up the door for Jordan to have a shoe.
Well, you know what? I think it's Chuck Taylor too, because Chuck Taylor was the first basketball shoe. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think more people on the planet had Chucks, but not necessarily Jordans.
Right. Then from that aspect as well, it was a lot cheaper shoe. You see what I'm saying? So the theory of like everybody shunned Shaq because his shoes is at Walmart, this, that, and the third. But Shaq said, my shoes cost $20, not $200. How many people think can afford mine?
Yeah.
How many pairs you think I sold?
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? To where you got to look at that method, man.
Yeah. And do you got merchandise? Speaking of merchandise, you gonna have merchandise?
Yeah, I got merch coming, man. In the rebranding, I've been a little slow getting the merch done. Like everything, I had to start from scratch, and I'm doing it all on my own. So that's a whole nother thing. Not to say that that's stopping me or slowing me down, because it's not. At the same time, it's just me. You know what I mean? I got my team is organically building, but nobody's gonna be here who don't deserve to be here, man. Because I know where I'm going. I know the avenue I'm taking. I know the whip. You can see what I'm saying? I just don't know how long it's taking to get there, but I'm going.
For sure. And I want to know, what label you on?
Reality Entertainment, man, my own. You feel me? Everything that I've ever dropped solo has come out on Reality Entertainment my entire career. Throughout all of the labels, all of the situations I've been a part of, if it was my project, it came out on Reality Entertainment. Sure.
Okay. And are you shooting any movies too?
I am working on a short film with the music. You know what I mean? Quiet is kept. The first album that I'll drop will be a short film.
Is it going to be kind of like when Jay-Z did The Street Is Watching?
Something like that, but doper.
Okay, okay.
You feel me? And yeah, I went on record and said that. Hov, holla at me. Feel me?
For sure, man. So yeah, man, do me a favor. You said that some of your homeboys down there in Cuba, they got Instagrams and stuff like that. I shout out their Instagram.
Yeah, man. La Jolla Baby is LA_JOYABABY, La Jolla Baby. Then you got Kevin Joyce. Kevin spelled the regular way, _ Joy spelled the regular way, _ baby spelled the regular way. That's their Instagrams, man. You can go tap in with those guys, man. Log on. Very, very talented dudes, up and coming. We working on getting them over here to the States. It's a whole different type of process for them to get over here than it is for us to just go get a passport because of the embargo and those type of things, to where they can only come over here on like work visas and things like that. So we got to have a schedule set up. We got to get a lawyer involved.
You can say they're working for you though, right?
Right. We definitely putting it together. It just costs a couple of dollars, and I got to do both of them. So, you know, like, they don't got it, so we going to make it happen. But it ain't, like I say, it ain't about the money, man, with me. Like, the money going to come. They told me that their life dream was to come to America and make music, bro. And as talented as they are, man, if I could help facilitate that, then I'm on that. They deserve to have that. You know
for sure.
Like, on the real. So
do you got any acts besides yourself?
Quiet as kept, I do. I don't really want to get into that right this second though, like, cause nothing's the paperwork and the ink ain't dry yet, man. And I done been a part of a whole lot of situations. I done put a whole lot of money into a whole lot of artists. Until the ink dries, we're not even talking about them. It's about this Gates movement right now. Reality Entertainment, you did.
You ain't okay. Are you gonna have some women on there? Or do you just want to press fast forward?
I just recorded with a young lady. That wasn't last night, the night before last. It's crazy that you say that. That's the wildest thing ever. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, this confirmation right here. You see what I'm saying? Because she had been hitting me trying to do it. I ain't gonna. It's several artists that have been hitting me trying to do it because I've had labels. I've been part of some successful situations. You know what I mean? But I'm pushing Gates right now, so I really just been like, nah, I'm cool. She been so persistent to where she has a following. She got the look to where I'm like, man, she could really do some things. She done put some things together for me in the music, so I would never shun her. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's do it. I got you. What you want to do? And she was talking about coming to the lab and help her write something and pick some beats and this, that, and the third. Man, the young lady showed up to the lab, had her beats that she bought from producers around the area that cats can't even get beats from, but she's resourceful to where I'm like, man, how you even, Blood ain't even produced, like, what's going on? she had tracks from them. Not only she was ready. Long story short, man, she came in the 3-hour session. She knocked 3 songs out, man, and I didn't help her write a bar. And they go. I'm gonna let y'all hear 'em when we get off camera, Jack. To where I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I didn't mention that she's blonde hair and blue eyed. Yeah, that part.
What does that mean, Gates? No.
I think the people know. You feel me? I think the people know. You know what I mean? To where, yeah. So it was a difference. She really from East Oakland, though, to where, so it is, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting here with this face because she shocked me. Like, I'm thinking, then I'm finna, yeah, I was highly baffled.
And is she trying to get signed to you?
She told me she want me to help her with it all. You know what I'm saying? I said the ink ain't dry yet, so, I don't know where it's going, but I will be involved with whatever she got going on for sure, because she pushed the hard line that she's pushing the hard line that she want me to help her with it.
Gotcha.
So it's several people that's pushing that kind of line due to, like, I say, my work ethic, and people. I have a history of, you know what I mean. I choose not to really talk about that because that don't matter to me. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm doing, what I'm showing, like I say, I dropped my first song November 10th. The work ethic, the grind, people see it. You can't deny it. You know what I mean? Like I say, since November 10th, I dropped 3 singles, a project, 4 videos. Since November 10th, in the last 6 months, I hit the ground running. You know what I mean? I hadn't done no music. I hadn't even recorded in like the last year and a half. I wasn't even thinking about no music and nothing of the sort.
Why did you get cold?
Bad business, like, you know what I mean? And I can't, I'm not gonna even say bad business. Difference of opinions in business soured me from doing it. You see what I'm saying? I was in situations with people that I love, first and foremost, and the business wasn't right, and now our relationship is different. You see what I'm saying? And I don't, like I say, my wealth come from my family and my love, to where I wish I would have never did the business if it was gonna change our relationship. Yeah. So from that, I was tainted on music. That, along with a lot of the other situations I've been in music, for deaths, losing studios, a lot of things over the years that I've experienced in music that just had me just like I'm good on that aspect, especially from being an artist. That's not something that I ever really focused on for me at the forefront. I put projects out and I did different things because I could. It was always accessible to me, and I had the talent to do it, so I could put the music out. But it wasn't something like right now I'm focused on putting my music out. Now I need the accolades. I need certain things out of it. That's not nothing I ever was focused on before.
Gotcha. And you said something about, you plan on making some bread. Is there a lot of money as far as like in the streams and stuff like that?
Not in the music itself. You see what I'm saying? You could get paid off of it, but not in the music itself. And like I say, it's not about that for me. The music is more so than anything, opening up the door and putting me on a platform to do other things. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Music is really the segue into the places and the rooms that I need to be in. You know what I mean? To where this is the thing that I love to do, and what I can do on a consistent basis that's going to put me in the places that I need to be in, that put me in other spaces of doing film, of producing movies, and helping other artists first more than anything. You know what I mean? That's really my thing, to play the behind the scenes. But I could show our artists better than I could tell them how it's supposed to be done. You see what I'm saying? Or how I can help them do it, and what platforms and what rooms and places that I could put them in. But more importantly than anything, creating a platform for me to help these kids and give back to the troubled teens and the kids of me today, the kid that I was yesterday. You see what I'm saying? To wherever to be there for them. But not even just them. My peers, my people, you know what I mean? To where, like, man, it ain't about me. Everything I ever went through in life and every experience don't got nothing to do with me, so I can help somebody else. So I'm just putting myself in position to be able to do all of that.
So this is what I want to know, right? Could you talk in front of 2,000 people for 15 minutes?
For sure. No problem. Give me the topic matter, man. We going to put it together. If I got time to prepare for it too, it's up. Yeah. But even if I don't, I'm intelligent enough to make that happen. Give me the topic matter and we can talk about it. boardroom or the block, everything in between. Sit me at the table. I'm an asset.
For sure.
Period.
Well, thanks for coming through, bro.
Man, well, thanks for having me. You feel me? I need to know.
And I want to know something. Have you done a lot of podcasts?
This like my probably about like 4th or 5th podcast I've done since I've been back in November.
So I gotta ask you something. How is this show different than the ones that you've been on?
Different from the room I'm comfortable in, but for the most part, man, I say that'll be the difference. I'm just more comfortable in the room.
Oh, with your folks, huh?
With my people than anything else. Outside of that, you know, an interview is an interview, man. I'm not shunning nothing. Like, I don't have nothing to hide, man. My movement is reality. So it is what it is. When you see me, wherever you see me, I'm coming.
Okay, for sure, man. Well, tell people where they can find you at.
Everything is still at Skrill Gates. You know what I mean? I'll never not be Skrill. I even if I didn't want to be Skrill, somebody gonna be, hey, Skrill. So, like, we not gonna change that. And then too, man, we ain't giving nothing away to nobody that, you know what I mean? We not finna just let the people, man. I've been going crazy lately. So, man, we stand at Skrill Gates. All social media platforms is at Skrill Gates. Still the same way. The YouTube is Skrill Vision. You know what I mean? But if you don't see the G8Z on it, it ain't me.
For sure. I gotta ask you something real quick. But you don't think that the other person may intercept it?
You can't intercept it. As far as with that, the music coming out under Gates, everything as far is rebranded that way. As far as the social media and everything, it's never not been me. So, like, I never had that interaction. It was just when I dropped the music on the all of the digital platforms. Like, so, like, if I drop a song right now, right? If I drop a whole album right now, right, and I do a feature, say you got a project out, and I do a feature with you. If I drop my album on May 1st and you drop your project with my feature on May 2nd, that's what's going to be at the top of my page when you go there, because that's the last song that I dropped.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So what he was doing, he's going by the same name. So when you go to search it, because it's the last thing to drop and it's the same name, that's how it's going to come up. It's nothing that I could do to change that. You see what I'm saying?
Did you listen to his music?
And that was the coldest part about it all. Like, you not even going to misconfuse. My sister was the one to bring it to my attention initially at first.
Was he tight?
No, not at all, by far. And I don't shun nobody music or nothing like that, like, because it just wasn't for me. But I played it for several people, and it wasn't for them either. So, yeah, no, not for my liking or anybody that in my close proximity. When I got the calls about it, they were highly upset because they like, why is he tarnishing your name in this manner? You know what I mean? To where that was the biggest problem for me. If he was tight, we might have could have even worked together and, like, you know, but he didn't even want to talk to me or respond. Like, that, it just wasn't a man move at all. You see what I'm saying? From top to bottom. When a man reach out to you, reach back. You just never know what could come out of it. It didn't have to be a problem. You know, we might have could have came up with an amicable split. You feel me? So, or came up with something and worked together in some type of. You just never know.
Yeah. For him to rule it out, he don't know what
you don't know what could come out of a conversation, bro. To where it's just like, if we both in the same field, you in a whole different place as me. We might have could have made something happen.
2 flagships.
But, you know, it could have been a movement. You just never know. You know what I mean? Not to say that I was up for it after a certain amount of time and different things kept happening. But initially, like, I'm always looking at my glass is never half empty. You see what I'm saying? So we can figure something out if we can have a conversation. But if we can't have a conversation, you're forcing me to draw my own conclusion. And if I got to draw my own conclusion, I promise you 9 times out of 10, I'm going to paint the wrong picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's just holler about it so we can come to, you know.
Speaking of that real quick, I want to add something real quick. Do you think that the Bay is connected?
Not at all. I think it's getting better, but I think it's connected? Not at all. That's one of our biggest problems that we've always had, is not being able to stick together and work together. Everybody want to be. I mean, it's not one solution to it. It's not one problem. You see what I'm saying? But in short, no. But I do think it is getting better, but we are not connected, though.
Gotcha. So what do you think the biggest thing that came out the hyphy movement was?
The biggest thing or artist, or what do you mean, just in general?
The biggest plus for the Bay came out the hyphy movement.
The biggest plus that came out of the hyphy movement was the exposure that there is talent here. Whether y'all liked it or not, they had to see that there is talent here. That was the biggest thing. Everything else, I ain't gonna say everything else, but it was more negative connotation with it being in different spaces than it was a positive thing. And it fizzled out too fast due to, in my opinion, the music not being what it is. We have a big thing here in the Bay Area where we like to point the finger about different things and why this and why that. I'm going to go on record and say, man, you niggas' music is trash. Make better music, period. And I ain't saying that I make the best music out, but I put projects together. Not even but. You see what I'm saying? My music, I haven't heard that I was trash. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not just specifically calling nobody's music trash in the rap because I'm not gonna do that. Because like I say, it just might not be for my liking. But overall, in general, it's trash to where it's not marketable for business. It's not a whole lot of things. And this is what I hear in the business world about why things don't happen for people in my area. It's called the music business, people. If we could start doing some business and not just making music, we can get some headway.
And the last question, what is the biggest song to come out the hyphy movement?
The biggest song? Tell Me When to Go.
You know what I got?
What you get?
Blow the Whistle.
And see, even with that, the two biggest songs, arguably, are from the two biggest artists from the area.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. I like shit like that.
Do you think that those are the two biggest songs because those are the two best songs, or because those are the two biggest artists?
I think that Blow the Whistle is the biggest song because it's attached to sports. And sports is played all time of year, so that's the legs that it actually has to run on. So when songs have legs, they last longer.
Right.
Like prime example, what do you think is the most well-known rap song in the world of all time?
The most well-known rap song in the world of all time? Ooh, that's a great question. I would have to really think about that. It's a lot of rap songs out there.
Want me to tell you which one I think?
What you think?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. Who don't know that?
Right.
It's been on TV for almost, 4 decades? If they do a marathon, that means they playing it all night.
Everybody know that song. That's
and
right.
It's hella easy to, like Will Smith is one of the GOATs of hip-hop.
These are facts.
You know, he got a Grammy, the most well-known summer song, right? That got legs. Every summer, they gonna play that motherfucker. Every time the theme song. So songs have to have legs on them.
These are facts. This is a good game right here, too, for artists listening.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm listening.
Yeah, shit like that. Like, now, what do you think the biggest rap song to come out the Bay Area is?
The biggest rap song to come out of the Bay? The biggest rap song to come out of the Bay. Can't touch this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The legs on it, right? The beat, right? But guess what? It was also attached to a major sporting event. You know what that sporting event was?
What, the World Series?
Yes, sir. Yeah. The Battle of the Bay. Not just any World Series. Yeah. Frisco playing the Oakland A's in 89. The last year of the 80s.
Right.
He's in the video with both of their hats. It was a win-win. If Oakland lost to Frisco, it still would have been a win-win.
And that's the year the bridge came down and
shit like that.
And yeah, that's real.
For sure. We'll tell everybody where they can meet you at. And I need some merch, man.
Like I say, man, I'm Skrill Gates at everything. You feel me? You catch me live. I'm gonna be at the Continental Club May 4th, man. It's going down. That's next weekend. Other than that, man, follow me on wherever you follow me at and stay updated with it, man. Website merch coming real soon. Log in to even.biz, though, if you just want to support my music. That's where the project is out, where you pay what you want. You see what I'm saying? And it goes straight to you. You can pay $1, you can pay 100,000. It's up to you, man. But you can go get the project there. That's where I would prefer you get it at, because it comes straight to me. But if you can go stream it anywhere, G8Z, man, Gates. That's where all of the music at.
Number 8.
G number 8, letter Z, Gates. You feel me? Can't nobody troll that one. You know what I mean? We know if they jump on that, you see that, man, that they for real just being a biter.
For sure. Shout out to the biters.
And shout out to them, though, man. They say the biggest
flattery.
form of flattery is imitation, man. So where, you know, it's not a bad thing that, you know, people trolling me. It's just a bad thing for my business. You see what I'm saying? To where I ain't with that. My business got to be done. At the same time, a lot of people don't be doing business because I know for sure that he wasn't, because I own everything. So it's like, what are you even doing? You know what I mean? To where, I don't know, man. People be weird, but, you know, to each his own, man. I wish the fella luck. You know what I mean? Because can't stop my shine. You feel me? Period. Can't tarnish it. Can't shade it. None of the above, man.
That's, you know what MC Hammer was like? Can't touch it.
Straight up.
Well, I'm LD's, also known Lawrence One, for another episode I Need to Know. And as usual, come on, you know what I want.